Hi there folks, we're looking this week at 5 basics of the Christian life. Good for us to go back to as Christians, helpful for us if we're not personal followers of Jesus, but we're just working out what's this all about. What does it mean to be a Christian? Yesterday we saw one of the basics of the Christian life. The first one really, we have been chosen by God. The second one today is this: you have been called. You have been called by God. Now, in the Bible, we see that there's a general call as God's word goes out, as the Bible is taught and read and preached, as people talk about Jesus, as people talk with their friends and neighbours and colleagues and family and anyone about Jesus. As that message goes out, there's a general call to all people, to everyone who hears. There's a call to respond to the message, to come to know God the Father through his Son Jesus. So many times in the Bible God says, come to me all who are weary. Come. There's this call for us to respond, for us to come to the Father through Jesus, a kind of general call in the Bible. But then it gets a bit more specific, because there's a point where God specifically calls people who will respond to that message, and he draws them to himself. In John chapter 6 verse 44, Jesus says this: "No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws them." No one can come to me, Jesus, unless the Father who sent me draws them. The Father draws us. He calls us specifically, effectively. He draws us to himself. And at that point, we're given life. We're born again. We're regenerated. This is something that happens, and that has happened to you if you're a Christian, in real time, in history. Chosen before the world, that was before the creation of the world, but called at a very specific point in time. Now, we can't always pin that down. Our experiences are different. But nonetheless, if you're a Christian watching today, you've been chosen, but you've also been called. 5 basics of the Christian life today. You have been called by God.